Hello everyone, this is Mario, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 5 of my Tour de France playthrough on Pro Cycling Manager. Today we are playing stages 13, 14 and 15 to finish the second week of the race, and we have 3 really hard mountain stages with loads of GC action expected. The first one is pretty short, 138 kilometers only, finishing at the top of the Grand Colombier. Stage 14 doesn't have a summit finish, but the Col de Joux Plan is very close to the end, and we have a downhill to the finish line. And then to wrap up the second week, stage 15 with another summit finish at the top of Le Betex. We of course got our second stage win in the previous episode, but other than that there were no real points of interest because there was simply no GC action whatsoever, but that is about to change. Perhaps this is the thing with Pro Cycling Manager 2023, but I have been super lucky with the race day conditions for Enric Mas in the mountain stages so far. We have a +4 with him again, so hopefully this time I take a proper advantage of that and don't get overconfident or even cocky with his race day condition, and I'll play it more carefully and maybe try to reap the benefits of this race day condition. And for today's stage, I think we have the largest breakaway group so far in the Tour de France, 25 riders with some big names like Ben O'Connor, also Matej Mohoric, Cataneo. We have Genier, Durbridge, Laurent Pichon, Calmejean, Bossenhagen. So it's a really strong group. David de la Cruz is here again with Warren Barguil. We have Zimmerman. It's not a hard stage per se, except for the final climb, so maybe Ben O'Connor, he could have a chance in this one. We are now with about 55 kilometers to the finish line, and the gap has increased almost 7 minutes, so maybe they are going for the stage. Of course, I'm not in the breakaway in this one, but anyway, the pace isn't high back in the peloton. Could it be because Vingegaard is not feeling too strong today? And at the front of the race, the breakaway group has already started going up the Grand Colombier. We are still a few kilometers from the start of the climb, not that many, so I need to make sure I am at the front of this of the peloton when we start going up. They are definitely going for the stage win. They are currently over 8 minutes in front, 13 kilometers left for the peloton, about 9 for the breakaway. The pace hasn't been too high, so maybe I am going to try to force the tempo. Let's go up with Jorgensen if he can. I'm actually not convinced he can set a really hard tempo. He is going harder than the peloton was just a bit ago. Let's up the effort as well with Enric Mas so he can keep up with this. Vingegaard is ahead of us. Tadej Pogacar is right next to Enric Mas, and Jorgensen is doing a tremendous job. I am still in a good place with my riders. Mühlberger still protecting. Let's use the energy gel on Izaguirre and actually have him protecting Enric Mas now. Am I once again going too hard? We have Ruben Guerreiro almost done today as well. Still 74 riders here. How is this even possible? Let's try to move to the wheel. What did I do? Okay, let's try to move to the wheel here. Oh, we're alone. We're left alone. Okay. I did not attack. I definitely did not attack. Let's just set Ruben on automatic. Gorka as well. No one is responding immediately. 3 kilometers to go. Did I go too early again? We have Rigobert Urán now pacing. Vingegaard and Pogacar are coming. Maybe I overdid it once more. Yeah, I'm being caught again. Yet again, I'm being caught. Richard Carapaz still pulling. Vingegaard and Pogacar here. Carapaz is going away, and I'm not going to be able to follow these guys. I did it again. I made a terrible mistake. I cannot push this hard with Enric Mas. Of the GC contenders, Carapaz is finishing together with Ciccone, Vingegaard and Tadej Pogacar. Enric Mas is losing some time today. He gained some time on a few others, but this was far from ideal once more. Is it because of my secondaries? Is it because of Enric Maz's physical stats? Like, he has a lower resistance. He loses about 30 seconds to Carapaz, Ciccone, Vingegaard, and Tadej Pogacar. And I didn't even mention it, but the winner of the stage is Jonas Gregard for UNO-X ahead of Georg Zimmerman and Ben O'Connor. So Ben O'Connor ended up not taking the stage win from the breakaway. In the GC, I did increase the distance between Enric Mas and Pello Bilbao, but I am now further away from Richard Carapaz. Almost a minute is the difference for the podium positions. This was definitely not played as it should, so let's try to make amends and win this one. Our race day conditions with Enric Mas for this one are not as good, not nearly as good as in the previous one. He's on a 0 race day condition, but yeah, I don't think I have the luxury of going into very wild adventures in this one. It's mostly going to be a defensive approach, and we are in the first climb of the day, and out of nowhere, suddenly, Ineos started pacing like crazy. Ben Turner, come on. I mean, you have a rider in the breakaway. You have Kwiatkowski in the breakaway. What the heck are you trying to do? And they keep on going. Daniel Martinez now pacing, trying to chase. Is it because of Simon Yates? He's 11th in the GC. It could be because of him. They have stopped, so maybe that was it. So this means that the breakaway is sort of made up by 5 riders. Valentin Madouas now sprinting for the KOM points together with Giulio Ciccone. The Frenchman is going to take most of the points here. Then Kwiatkowski, Alaphilippe, and David de la Cruz, they are not even sprinting anymore. And then there's a bunch of riders. Oliver Nassen, Anton Charmig, Bordeaux, Victor Lafay, Rasmus Tiller. So loads of riders spread along the road, and it's time for Team Portugal to go up the road. I'm going to try something with Nelson Oliveira and Ruben Guerreiro, but they are not allowed to do that. What if I just send Nelson? I have noticed that they don't really like when 2 teammates attack together. So yeah, the peloton was interested in the intermediate sprint, of course. Pedersen, Girmay, and Philipsen all going for that. So maybe let's try to go again. Let's launch Nelson Oliveira and then maybe try to go with Ruben Guerreiro a few kilometers afterwards. Okay, Nelson is up the road and Ruben is going now. They are not immediately chasing, which is absolutely perfect. So Nelson is now done. Let's wait for the peloton and Ruben Guerreiro can keep going. Ruben Guerreiro is about 1.5 minutes ahead of the peloton, still way behind the front riders. Madouas has a huge gap on Kwiatkowski and Ciccone, and the gap by Ruben Guerreiro has evaporated so quickly. Is almost being caught by the peloton. They are going downhill super aggressively. Yeah, I think this was again a poor decision, a poor tactical decision by me. The breakaway is now starting the Col de Juxplan. There are 11.5 kilometers of climbing for them left, 8.1% average, and the pace is very intense since the beginning, with Bob Jungels at the front. Bernal attacking? That is an attack by Egan Bernal. Not the strongest of attacks, like he got 20 seconds over the peloton. 23 riders left, 18.5 kilometers for the end of the stage for the peloton, and we are about to catch the breakaway. Madouas is the only one remaining, and he is about to be caught. 16 riders only, and Pogacar is going. Tadej Pogacar is going with 4.4 kilometers left in the climb. Was trying to attack. Yeah, he's going now. Wout van Aert is the one pulling, and Vingegaard is going as well. Okay, Vingegaard is going. That is not my fight. Pogacar is dropped, and Vingegaard is going again. The guy is unreal. And it's Jai Hindley chasing Vingegaard and is about to catch them. Madouas still holding, and Jai Hindley is going. Hindley going. Can we get to the top with Vingegaard? We don't have that much left. Still 900 meters to go. I went too hard once more, and I'm gonna lose contact here. Where is Pogacar? Ooh, Pogacar losing time. Tadej Pogacar losing time, Jai Hindley in a great day today, and Vingegaard right behind him. And I'm losing time to Carapaz again. So we got to the group with Carapaz, Bernal, David Gaudu, and Madouas, with Madouas being dropped. Tadej Pogacar is completely isolated. And now in the final kilometer, Jai Hindley and Jonas Vingegaard are sprinting for the win. Is the Australian going to take it? He does take the win ahead of Jonas Vingegaard. Let's start sprinting as well. Way too late with Enric Mas, but he didn't have the energy anyway. So Richard Carapaz is third, ahead of David Gaudu, Valentin Madouas, Egan Bernal, and then Enric Mas. Tadej Pogacar wins the stage by finishing 8th, but he loses a lot of time to Jonas Vingegaard in the GC battle. I lose another 19 seconds to Carapaz today, plus the 4 he got from the bonus on the finish line. Still, I put about a minute on Tadej Pogacar. If only I had that plus 4 today, because today I think I did things a little bit better. And the updated GC tells us that Richard Carapaz now is in second, ahead of Tadej Pogacar. A really bad day for him. And then we are 28 seconds from third, so technically we are closer to the podium than we were before. The problem is that the final podium place is now occupied by Tadej Pogacar, and Jonas Vingegaard is retaking the lead in the mountain classification from Stef Kras once more. He is now 5 points ahead of the Belgian rider. The previous 2 stages were so intense that I had to change my t-shirt. Either that or there was simply a 6-day gap between the previous recording and this one. But anyway, we did lose some time in the previous 2 stages, so in this final stage of the second week, we are going to try to fix that with Enric Mas. It's another really hard stage. Hopefully, is going to be feeling well for this one. I could not have asked for more for this one. Enric Mas is on a +5. I mean, I could have asked for more. My best domestics are not on the best days. Izaguirre on a -4, Ruben Guerreiro as well, and Antonio Pedrero on a -3. We are not going to send anyone in the breakaway because of the poor race day conditions with the domestics, but hopefully this time I'm not going to bottle it. So today we have a total of 23 riders up the road. They are not all together. We don't have huge climbers like the world-class climbers in this breakaway. I would have expected that. Maybe David de la Cruz is the best climber in this breakaway. Roughly 100 kilometers left in the stage, and the peloton is now entering the Col de la Forclaz. 8 minutes behind the breakaway, which now only has 16 riders. It's the riders that were in the first group. And we just, of course, got dropped in that climb. I was confident I could hold it, but then the pace increased really rapidly and I got stuck behind in what is probably going to become the Gruppetto, and now I'm about a minute behind the peloton. This is terrible. This is... I have no words for this. I am so not going to get back to them. I'm going at 95. There is absolutely no way this is gonna end up well for Enric Mas. He's wasting so much energy catching back the peloton, and I'm not even certain he can actually do it. Like, this is an insane effort. We got back. This was so costly. This was so costly. Hopefully the other ones are not feeling well either. So we are now reaching the top of the Col de la Croix-Frie, and Jorgensen is still with Enric Mas. 31 riders left in this group. Vingegaard has Wout van Aert and basically nobody else. So no one really attacked in the previous 2 climbs. We still have Jorgensen with Enric Mas. So at the front of the race, the breakaway has already started the ascension of these final 2 climbs. It's one climb, but it's split in 2. We are 6.5 minutes behind, so there might be a chance for the peloton to still take it. We have seen stranger things happening in this one, as we have Romain Bardet and Jai Hindley going on the attack. Hindley is about 3 minutes behind Enric Mas. I don't want to be the one working at the front of the peloton, right? It should not be me. So with 7 kilometers to go, we have Carapaz, Pogacar and Vingegaard all attacking with Bernal as well. I'm not going to follow the attacks. Maybe I should. I have so much energy still. We caught Vingegaard and Pogacar, Carapaz as well. Come on, we have this. We have this, Henrik. Let's use the energy gel with 3.5 kilometers left. Should I launch an attack now? Or should I wait? Let's follow Vingard. Let's follow the attack of Vingard. Oh, this... it kills my legs as well. Oh, let's go. He stopped. He stopped the attack. Let's go with Enric Mas. To the line. Come on. Come on, I'm not dropping them. I am... Actually, I am. I am 6 seconds ahead of Vingard. Ah, he's gonna catch me. Final kilometer. The stage is going to be for Jai Hindley. I still have a tiny little bit left for the final sprint. We're gonna finish together with them. Yeah, they are sprinting as well. So I'm gonna finish on the same time as Pogacar, Vingard, and I think Carapaz finishes with the same time as well. So you see, this was the moment when I got dropped behind. We were reaching the top of the Col de la Forclaz, and we were about midway in the peloton, at the middle of the peloton. But as we crested the top in the beginning of the downhill, the group split up, and yeah, this little gap here was created. Then the riders behind, Gross-Schartner, he stopped pacing, and then yeah, it was all over for me. The only reason why this wasn't worse than it could have been was because of Enric Mas's +5. But yeah, he still loses time to Jai Hindley. He can't gain any time on Pogacar and Vingard. We do gain some time on Carapaz, actually. We also miss on the bonus seconds. Pogacar still got 4 seconds there. But yeah, on different circumstances, this could have been a stage win for Enric Mas, and he could have put about a minute and a half on the others. If that was the case, he would at this point possibly be second in the GC. But it did not happen. We reached the end of the second week, 3.5 minutes behind Jonas Vingard, and with not many chances to take any time back. So I guess we are going to be stuck there until the end. The final week will bring with it some new chances for the sprinters, and Fabio Jakobsen will have to work to keep his green jersey on. As for the mountain classification, Vingegaard is still in the lead with Jai Hindley now in second. Matteo Jorgensen is in the podium of the non-Pogacar young rider classification, while after this stage, Movistar drops from second to third in its own classification. So to wrap things up for the second week, today's stages were pretty intense. I could have done so much better with Enric Mas, and then the issue with the split at the end was, yeah, very costly for him. He could have made a big difference in stage 15. Still, I hope you have enjoyed this one. It was pretty chaotic and intense, and if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and leave me a comment down below. Also, if you are new to the channel and have not subscribed yet, you are more than welcome to do so. The next video of this playthrough is going to be released on Tuesday, the day of the only time trial of the Tour de France. So that is it for today. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay positive. Until next time, goodbye.